Thanks so much for joining us for another edition of our Open Mic program. We do have Ted Hall with us. He's with the White River Area Agency on Aging. And Ted, I guess the top subject here is we see the world seems like there's the Afghanistan stories coming out all the time. And I mean, that has become a big story, but we also see things we got to think about seniors, and that is the COVID. There's some,
sure,
absolutely. They're compromised. If you're a senior, if over 65, all the charts that you see, 76% of the deaths were people over 65, but it's also because of underlying health conditions. They do have a booster shot they're talking about, but some common sense that we've talked about since this all began, and that is washing the hands. There's still the Arkansas Department of Health. Their website says wash hands for 20 seconds. If you can't, find those hand sanitizers. Personally, I don't like the feel of hand sanitizers, but I will do that.
There you go.
We will do that if I don't see soap, but I usually a soap guy. And then they tell you also we need to watch the social distance. If you know someone's sick, if you are sick, don't go around other people. But this is what we say during the flu season.
Absolutely.
How many times have you told somebody, hey, if you think you got the flu, stay home, because they can infect the entire office. So these are common sense things we got.
Absolutely. And Bob, this is right. We just simply have to adapt to things. And certainly as we deal with seniors and we deal with their families, really that has to be something they have to decide about if they want to take the shot or not. But all these things that you were talking about definitely has been recommended by the CDC. We know this is a virus that can be spread easily. And so we really have to protect ourselves. And so we just know and we believe that the shot can help those seniors that are 65 and over for sure. And, of course, I'm of that age myself, and so I've had shots. So it's just important that everyone take a really good look at it and see what's best for them individually. So, it's really interesting how all this has come about. There are people worried about their rights. They're worried about getting the shot or not get the shot. And, schools are involved with all this. But, Bob, we take care of seniors.
That's right.
And so that's my deal. And we want to make sure that we get the word out into families that it's really important they take a good look at this as this process unfolds. And hopefully this virus has slowed down some. And we hope that it'll be out of here by October, November.
That's what they're saying. We keep showing models that were a lot like England. We were the first in Missouri, and we'll see that. Something else that really is very important, because many seniors have completely curtailed their involvement in the community and their friends and their church. And that isolationism is something almost...
Bob, we've talked about this really for a long time, and especially, I guess, during holidays, we talk about that, is that we need to make sure we're paying attention to those that might not have friends around that time. But, of course, we've made it even more important during this virus and this 16 months that we've had people pretty much locked up. And so, yes, there is some of that going on. In fact, there's a lot of that going as far as not getting out, afraid to get out. And so, again, it comes back to the idea, Bob, that you got to use a little bit of preparation about knowing where you're going, washing your hands, staying that 6 feet apart, doing the kind of things that will protect you. And so, that's why we're here today, especially that we want to talk about. We want people to take care of themselves. And to do that, you just got to find out what's going on and take the necessary steps to do that.
Now, when you look at your office for a daughter or son, it could be aunt or uncle, it could be grandchildren, checking on the elderly, you've got some things that can help, especially those out of state, because that is something, we're almost like being in the holidays because they're so isolated.
And that's why Meals on Wheels, which we've talked about a lot, is important, because we do have contact with our people, especially in our 10 county areas, that receive Meals on Wheels. So we always know that there's going to be some contact throughout the week. Some folks get meals every day. Some people get meals every other day. Of course, we have the senior centers are open and those kind of things. So there is some places where seniors can go. But yes, we stay in close contact with people we serve. And if we know about who the relation are. We have those kind of information. So if there's an issue, then we can always contact those folks by phone or text or whatever. So, you're right, Bob. It is a time in which people feel isolated, and we need to take care of those folks. And again, in the culture that I live in is our seniors.
Ted, thanks for taking some time and talking about seniors as we always do. The number they can call, if you got any questions about seniors.
Absolutely. And I always give our corporate number because they can always get you. They have access to all of our county offices, and so they can help with that. So that'd be 870-612-3000.
Okay, one more time.
870-612-3000.
Thanks, Ted.